What are some benefits of a CTA to government, to MES contractors? And kind of went through this, and really there are a number of benefits to the government. One is to it helps facilitate when you have broad-ranging requirements that cross multiple schedules. It does allow various MES contractors to team together to meet that requirement. So it could be a requirement that requires something off our financial schedule, something off of Schedule 70, something off of our MOBIS schedule, and various team members with various core competencies can join together and meet that requirement. It does provide additional opportunities for small business. Really does provide an opportunity for small businesses to team together and to join forces and have the opportunity to be a prime contractor on opportunities that otherwise they might only have the opportunity to be a sub. And then obviously when we're giving people the ability to join together, we're increasing the pool of competition, so you're able to probably get more responses to your RFQ and having more competitive acquisition. On the vendor side, there's a lot of complementary benefits, but it does enable you to give a customer a total solution. It does give a lot of businesses an opportunity to compete as prime contractors on requirements that otherwise they couldn't just meet as under their schedule contract. It does allow vendors also to harness their core competencies and team with various contractors that have complementary capabilities in order to provide the best possible solution to the government. And it does provide access to additional opportunities. So here we're going to wrap up and kind of summarize what we talked about today. One, we really kind of went through and identified the purpose and benefits of contractor teaming arrangements. We went through and listed some common elements of what should be in a CTA, what should be, the vendors be including in their arrangement, what should the government be looking at for when they review it, and then also differentiate roles and responsibilities between scheduled contractors, ordering activities. Talked a little bit about the difference between teaming and subcontracting, and made that difference. So, we really do encourage that your learning continue beyond this webinar here. So there's a bunch of websites that I think can be very helpful for you in terms of continuing to grow your knowledge about the GSA Multiple Award Schedules program. Obviously, if you want to learn more about contracting teaming arrangements, we do have a dedicated webpage at gsa.gov/CTA. There's obviously, in terms of looking at potential teaming partners, we encourage you to visit GSA e-library. We do also encourage you to go out and network in terms of if you're an industry to look for potential industry partners. Obviously, you can take a look at the FAR subpart 8.4 does outline the ordering procedures for the schedules program. And I really do encourage you to take a look at our schedules homepage at www.gsa.schedules that contains other information on various topics around the schedule. And we do have an online version of our multiple award desk reference guide, which is a online publication that you can peruse that goes through various topics like teaming in the online brochure.
Thanks, Mark. This is David Orcutt, your host. We can take questions now. Let me move over to a new room here where we have a chat here. Let me clear this. That's from the previous. So if you want to post your question in here in the chat box. Let's take the chat questions first, and then I'll open up the phone line at the very end. We have a question from Christopher. After the ordering activity reviews the CTA and makes a source selection, after an award, the CTA changes or swaps out one team member to a new team member never identified or evaluated during source selection, provided that the changing of members was conducted using the process described in its CTA. What can or should the CO do? Is this similar to a key personnel change? Can the CO review and approve and disapprove the change like a key personnel change?
Chris, this is an excellent question, and I think one of the things that we talked about was if they are going to replace team members, they really need to be careful about specifying in the arrangement how that's going to go about, and providing them the CTA documentation. And so, if they are going to have replacement team members, what I recommend they do is list those potential replacements as part of the teaming arrangement, and certainly make sure that their GSA schedule contracts are listed in terms of making sure that that is awarded under that task order is within the scope of the contract. And then if the government agrees to award it and it provides for that replacement, it would be a matter that would need to be dealt prior to award, but it would generally follow the procedures that were outlined in the CTA in terms of replacement members, as long as those replacement members were identified in the CTA in the award up front.
Thanks, Mark. The next question's from Jeremy. He asks, say the first party of a CTA provides product and the second partner provides a service. If the second party does not provide all their deliverables or simply does a very poor job, does that affect the first party negatively? I think he meant first. Or withhold payment for the entire job rather than just the second party payment?